Part two had an abrupt interruption with the speaking on the Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, media and fan base situation or outside fans of the program, talking about he can take the team to the proverbial promised land of going to the playoffs or winning the conference championship. I don't put that much hype on a coach coming from a new program going into another one. Nevertheless, going from a older conference that coach coached in to a newer conference, it is very rare that a coach can pull off almost an undefeated season, if that. Furthermore, going into winning 9, 10, 11 games and making it to the playoff in this era. I give Coach Prime 6-6, and I say it again, 9-3 at the best, because there are some teams that can give Coach Prime problems, and he can possibly lose those games, which would probably be, to me, is Oregon, Oregon State, USC, and possibly Utah, depending on how they're looking. I put it like this: Utah and Oregon State are going to be toss-ups. But other than that, if he pull off those 2 wins and possibly lose to USC and Colorado, excuse me, I said that all wrong. USC and Oregon, that's 10-2. That's awesome. That exceeds my expectations, and I'm only going based off of what I've seen in college football, dealing with coaches moving from one spot to another spot, and it takes them time. I give them 5 years to recruit the players that they actually want to recruit and bring into the program. They even with now the transfer portal. So with that, he gotta bring up his whole squad, kind of like what he did at Jackson State. But he was only there for 2 years. He needed another 3 to get in the full roster of his chosen few to make it onto that team. I'm giving him the same situation with going into Colorado. He got some players from the transfer portal, got some players to leave, got coaches that he wanted or needed, what have you. And he's doing good. It's only 2 games into the season. So, I mean, give him his credit when it's due, but at the same time, just be realistic about it. It's not like Coach Prime has been in the Power 5 compared to the Group of 5 for X amount of years. He's been coaching, 3, maybe 4 years at the most. So, I mean, you got to give him that. And he wasn't at one school specifically for those 3 to 4 years. Yes, it's 3 years because he was at Jackson State for 2 years, and he's now at Colorado. So I can see him dog walking a few teams off the rip, with Colorado State being on there, Washington State being on there, and I forgot the few other teams I seen on there. I want to say Arizona State, but Arizona State, if he got to go to Arizona, that's gonna be a problem, because not a lot of teams go into Arizona State and pull off a win like that. That's gonna be a fight. But that's my outlook on the situation. But Georgia has shown me that with a lot of their injuries that they have, I mean, something gotta happen. Like, that playbook has to open up, and from what my understanding is from hearing other people talk about it and not really being able to see it, is that the front line gotta do better. This is basically based off of what Uncle Lou has said, Kangaroo Black has said, and one of the guys that's on SEC sports channel. I forgot the name of it, but anyway, he was even saying that too. So I'm like, if he's saying it, Uncle Lou and Kangaroo Black saying it, and a few other people I've seen and heard about, and even in my personal life heard people say, I mean, that's not just being made up. But also, any team that's playing smaller schools like that is not just going to throw their whole playbook out there off the rip or do a whole bunch of explosive plays off the rip. You're going to hold some of that back. You're going to hold some of that in. You're just not going to show your hand like playing poker off the rip like that. And that's one thing I wish casual fans would understand. Alabama took an L yesterday. Okay, so what? Every team takes an L every now and then. It's rare that you have a bunch of teams go undefeated. That's impossible. And on to me thinking about the 12-team playoff. Oklahoma and Texas coming in. Oklahoma, I haven't really seen them do too much, but I did see what Texas whooped up on Alabama about. And it's looking like some of the fans might be right. Texas might be ready for the SEC. But it just depends on how it's going to work out with the pod system or still the East and West or whatever the case may be with that. But oh yeah, I did hear some of the fans saying from Texas saying we want Georgia. Big Dog Brett put together a very hilarious compilation, especially at the end of the video that he dropped today. Be careful what you wish for, because there were teams that wanted Bama and got destroyed. I want to say it was one or two teams that wanted Georgia within the past few years and got destroyed. Texas, y'all got us, I want to say, in 2017. This is not the same team. We might look a little crazy right now. We might be beat up right now. This is not the same team. We are not Alabama. And Alabama fans will not take offense to that. They will be like, yeah, you're not Alabama. And I'm cool with that. Don't want Georgia to be an Alabama-esque type team. Because we going to make, Kirby Smart and staff is going to make it do what it do. He's going to make it work. But I would like to see, hopefully in the South Carolina game, a few more explosive plays. And I would like to see Georgia beat the lining out of Auburn and just keep it pushing from there. And we already got a decent understanding of how the Georgia-Florida game is going to look. I don't care if Georgia blows Florida out by 3 points or 33 points or 99 points. I'm going to tune into that game and watch that skull dragging of that game. I don't like Florida. Never have liked Florida. And I want them to lose severely. I want them to be completely embarrassed. Everybody else after that, just have a good game. But I want Florida to be beat up bad. Georgia Tech looked like they was coming along okay. So I'm thinking Georgia Tech might put up a little fight this year compared to years past where they was running that triple option offense that really wasn't doing too much against opposing teams. Excuse me. So with that, this is part 2 of DSA 1 UGA fan rants and opinions. Try to get back at y'all later. Holla at y'all. I'm out.